Hi folks, welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, this is Ruhail Khan, and if you are a corporate or a non-corporate professional, a functional leader, a business owner, or if you happen to be a non-professional, perhaps a student or an academician, even a homemaker, basically anybody who is eager to actualize your aspirations and turn your dreams into reality, enhance your capability and competence spectrums, or if you aim to transform your personal and professional pedigrees, your personal and professional lives, your businesses, your business functions to the next stage, to the next big league, this is the place to be. Now, let me explain how this is going to happen. Well, have you ever wondered that we spend a major chunk of our lives, our times, whatever is available to us in this condensed time frame that we get to spend on this earth in one or the other activities, like, we could be pursuing our education, we could be preparing for and getting employed, we could be investing in and achieving professional vertical mobility and horizontal enrichment, basically accomplishing our goals, both professional, personal, and social and other scenarios too. We could also be spending a lot of time, getting married and having children, having kids, fulfilling all the attendant responsibilities which come with marriage and parenthood. Or we could be taking care of our parents, we could be taking care of our siblings, being there for family, for relatives, for friends, neighbors, colleagues, peers, absolute strangers. And some of us, who are lucky enough to do that, we could be indulging in our passions at the most. Fine. Now, trust me, if you ask me if there's anything wrong with such a state of affairs, I'll be very honest and upfront with you when I say that there's absolutely nothing wrong in this state of affairs. But then, there's something which strikes me. Is that how the cookie should crumble for us? At least for a majority of us. Basically, if you ask me, the answer from me is going to be a resounding big no. It's a no. Why? I mean, you might be wondering why? Why a big no? I mean, what's wrong with that? I believe that we're not supposed to be acting like a crop of robots or a battery or an assembly of robots whose entire life is dictated by ticking items on a bucket list one by one. But it's very mechanical. And at some point of time, I can even say, with due respect to everybody, it's being very self-centered if we just focus on the actualization or the realization of our personal goals, of our personal, objectives and aims in this life. Fine. Now, I believe that we as humans, we need to subscribe to a set of paradigms, precepts, protocols, and we need to be aware of certain values. We need to be driven by a certain sense of enhanced, a niche morality, basically, that should be driving our professional, personal, social obligations and responsibilities. Now, this thought process, wherein you are conscious and conscientious about how you go on living your life, whether it's a personal, professional, or a social scenario. Now, this thought process has been the edifice, the basis of a wonderful initiative, the Mission 100 Million initiative, which I'm going to be talking about. Now, this Mission 100 Million initiative is an initiative which is very close to my heart. Why? Because this would involve me transforming the lives of 100 million people across the globe, across my lifespan. I don't know how many years I'll get to live in this world, but whatever is like, I'll try my best to achieve and accomplish this mission. And this is also very important for me because this is the kind of an initiative which is helping me reach out to you directly. And trust me, when I tell you, and in fact, this is take it as a confession from my end, I won't be able to do it all alone. It's simply impossible for me to be going the whole hog, from point A to point Z and get the entire thing done. It's not going to happen that way. I mean, I'm not somebody, who's given to hyperbolic enunciations. I'm very practical in my approach to life and in my approach to every complement of life, whether it's personal or professional. So what I'm absolutely requesting you to do is to understand that you would need to support me I would need your support, I would need your commitment, and of course, I would need your participation also. Because ultimately, it's just you and me who's going to make it happen, who's going to deliver the goodies. I mean, this is how we are going to make the cookie crumble actually fine. Well, some of you might be getting curious now, and I understand that. You might be thinking, why is this guy trying to be an angel of altruism? I think I got it right there, right? So, what makes him interested in doing stuff like this? Fine. I mean, what does he gain by it? I mean, why does he want to do it? Why is he doling out stuff like this? The answer is not philosophical. I'm not going to be couching it in some kind of a grandiloquent, eloquent language. Fine. It's very simple, basically. I have reasons to believe that driven, focused, successful, and happy individuals, happy professionals, they replicate this very aura, an aura of fulfillment, of success, of contentment in their personal and professional spaces. And when you talk about certain businesses, businesses which are growth oriented, which are successful, which are constantly evolving, and of course, which are profitable. I mean, that's one of the crux of being a viable business. Fine. They are the ones who are positively equipped to envision and execute their corporate commitments and take care of an advanced or an enhanced corporate social responsibility on. And all this, whether you're talking about professionals who are successful in content and businesses, who are equipped with such a dynamic, all this helps in making this world a better place to live in. Now, none of us has a magic wand, and we just can't transform the entire world, make it a better place to live. But I think all of us, inclusive of all you brilliant, competent, and talented people out there, we do have certain skills, we have certain talents. We can make specific contributions, whether they are small or they are life changing. Fine, we can make those contributions out there. And what I'm trying to do out here is to sort of basically align myself to this thought process and be able to contribute and give back to society what society has given back to me. I mean, I was not always this accomplished. I still have a lot of deficiencies, I have inefficiencies, I have incompetencies, and there's a huge deficit on so many areas, in so many areas that I feel I'm conscious about. But then ultimately, I believe that it's people like you who have made me what I am, and I want to be giving it back to all of you. Fine. And I think this sentiment makes me think that if I assist you, all of you gifted folks out there, all of these wonderful businesses out there, to successfully evolve and transform your businesses or your personal pedigrees, I would have achieved my goal of this Mission 100 Billion initiative. Fine. Now, this sounds like a big wow to me, isn't it exciting? Isn't it something, which gets your adrenaline pumping? Well, it does for me at least, fine. And I personally believe that this would be a recipe for success, this would be a recipe for fulfillment, and as I said earlier on, this would stand out as a very small and humble contribution to make this world a better place to live in. Now, even though I've been doing it from as long as I remember, right from my childhood, through my studentship, my academic years, my early years out there in my professional tenures and stuff, fine. I am going to be formalizing this as an initiative right now in front of you, right from today onwards, right? I'm going to give it a proper shape, a proper structure, a proper context, fine. So for all those businesses, all those professionals out there, and all the students out there, especially students belonging to, economically marginalized communities, all of these complements of the corporate world or the academic world, who may at one point or the other seek clarity, seek assistance, seek facilitation, or pure play mentoring, fine, when it comes to any complement of their capability or competence spectrums, when it comes to any complement of a business's functional or leadership or professional pedigree, when it comes to professional and personal evolution and transformation, I'm going to be there to facilitate all these quests. I'm going to be helping you, I'm going to be guiding you, I'm going to be equipping you with data, content, information, knowledge. All this transforms into a veritable toolkit of skills, the kind of tools that you need to survive in this VUCA environment, where you've got to be agile, you've got to be knowledgeable, and you've got to be decisive. I mean, these are the three major complements of success other than simply knowledge, right? But knowledge is the precursor to all these things. Fine. Now, if I have to come back, to the discussion on my YouTube channel. Now, some of you might be thinking as to how I plan to utilize this platform, which has myriad manifestations across the globe. People use it for different sorts of things. Some are productive. Most of these things are, these initiatives, these endeavors are productive, and some are not that productive. But that's not something we're going to discuss here. I personally intend to utilize this wonderful platform, which has a global outreach, fine, to disseminate data, content, information, knowledge. There's going to be a pretty fair smattering of impressions, of disparate points of views, of thought processes, which I'm going to be delivering to a huge global target audience, which I want you to be a part of, which I want you to partake, which I want you to benefit from. Because all this comes absolutely for free. You're not going to spend anything other than your time, commitment, and focus on transforming and improving your lives, both at a personal and a professional level. Fine. Now, I'm going to be delivering a huge video series in a specific time and space continuum. That's going to be delineated on a topic-wise basis, basically. And besides, there will be chats, there will be discourses, there will be a lot of interactive sessions, there will be presentations. And besides, a lot of videos will be teasers. They'll not be comprehensive videos, they'll simply serve as teasers for forthcoming webinars, seminars, boot camps, workshops, bootstrap camps, and all kinds of knowledge dissemination platforms, along with a huge assortment of courses, basic, intermediate, and advanced, which I have personally designed and scripted for you, so that you can benefit from those courses, and you can help yourself. I'm not going to be helping you, I'm going to be assisting you, I'm going to be facilitating you. You want to make that commitment of transforming yourselves personally, professionally, and whether it's a business or a business function, the leadership has to take this commitment forward, right? And the idea basically would be very simple. It's an extension of a patented methodology which I have created among so many others. I call it the 4E transformation matrix. Now, if you talk about any subject, any corporate subject, even on an academic front, if you talk about marketing, if you talk about digital marketing, if you talk about corporate strategy and business planning, if you talk about operations, you talk about HR, you talk about sales, you talk about corporate strategy, you talk about any complement of a corporate entity, you would not straight away expect any transformation to happen. Or if you take yourself, whether you're a sales professional, an operation professional, an HR professional, or any other professional in a corporate setup or a non-corporate setup, you don't expect to be doled out transformational tricks, transformational treatises out to you without going through a 4-stage process. Now, what is this 4-stage process? What is this E4 transformation matrix which I have patented? It basically has 4 steps. 1, you explore a scenario or a subject or a topic or a functionality or an individual or a business or a business function. Then you engage with it, you evolve, you excel, and after these 4 steps are completed, you transform. That's what you do. That's how we are going to be doing it. Fine. Now, this entire scenario is spread across a specific time and space continuum, which, as I said earlier on, only requires your commitment, your focus, and your time. So, sounds interesting? Yeah, I'm sure it does sound interesting, because this sounded interesting to me when I first scripted the entire scenario when it came to the E4 transformation matrix. Now, by and large, some of the videos will be covering some topics like, business or strategic transformation. We'll be doing a lot of functional transformation topics out there in the videos. And when I say functional transformation, I'm talking about corporate functions. You name it: sales, BD, account management, operations, corporate strategy, HR, talent management, solutioning, you just name it, it's going to be there. The entire list has been scripted and populated by me. And I'm going to make sure that I deliver a steady cavalcade, a steady concatenation of interesting videos all across the board, covering all these subjects. And then we are going to be shifting focus to tactical transformation and finally hit operational transformation. And then, along the way, we'll be doing a lot of stuff on capability transformation, whether it's business, functional, or professional, or individual transformation. We'll be picking up an area which is of specific interest to me, because unless until you have a specific quorum of leadership, a specific pedigree of leadership handling a business, the business is going to be contending with a huge assortment of challenges, not only on a yearly basis but almost on a daily, hourly basis. So we are going to be talking a lot about leadership transformation. Other than leadership transformation, I'll be publishing a pretty comprehensive series of videos which will cover topics like business excellence, functional excellence. They shall be dealing with topics like leadership development excellence too. And furthermore, there will be a lot of inspirational and motivational videos which I'll be publishing, which will primarily help you take care of four important things. And they'll help you accept, they'll help you acknowledge, they'll help you actuate, and they'll ultimately help you amplify your specific individual and collective areas of excellence, your competence and capability spectrums. They'll receive a spike once you run through these videos. And all of you, which I believe is an immensely talented and immensely intelligent crop of and immensely successful crop of people out there, whether you're professionals or students out there. I believe that you just need the right kind of nudge, the right kind of push, the right kind of direction, the right kind of impetus, the right kind of focus, and above all, the right kind of knowledge to help you deliver the desired denouement. That is, in simple speak, to help you actualize your aspirations, which you've dreamt about, which you're planning, which you're trying to execute on a daily or yearly basis. Fine. And then, there will definitely be videos that shall help you tackle various idiosyncrasies of this COVID world, both at a personal and a professional stage, and in some cases the social stage too, because all of us are finding it very difficult to contend with the kind of a situation that we find ourselves in due to these troubling, taxing, and tiring times because of this COVID pandemic. Now, interestingly, some of you might be wondering what really equips me to deliver this huge bandwidth when it comes to subject matter expertise across a multidimensional scenario which covers the corporate world. Now, I'll make an admission here once more. This is the part that is going to be one of my favorite spots in this video, because this really gives me a chance to blow my trumpet out here, loud and clear. So let me expand upon my introduction. Basically, I come with at least 2 decades of global as well as India-based expertise, as you might have guessed by now, in setting up, in running, in growing, in evolving, and transforming, businesses and functionalities across multiple spectrums. And along the way, I've handled P&Ls in the range of somewhere around US$ 3 million to USD 0.6 billion, which is $600 million plus, even though in some cases it exceeded the number, but that was for a very short while, so I'm not going to be giving myself into hyperbolic enunciations out here. I've also worked at and with a delectable host of businesses, encompassing an impressive melange of industries, geos, topographies, and cultures globally as well as domestically. Basically with an accentuated focus on North America and of course Europe. Fine. And then, if some of you are curious about the kind of an industrial and domain exposure that I've had so far, well, it might make you feel comfortable with the fact that I have worked for and worked with industries that have belonged to some very delectable spaces out there, like aerospace and defense, airlines, automotive, chemicals, high-tech materials, business information services, publishing, pre-press, solutioning, life sciences, CPG, engineering, high-tech, consumer electronics has also been there. Then of course I've handled telecom, medical devices, energy, financial services, IT services. I've done IT service providers too. I worked with companies which dealt with software as a service. I've dealt with companies which dealt with research and advisory services, professional services, market research, trade associations, aviation, BFSI, maritime, logistics, shipping, real estate, online scenarios, ICT, and of course one of my favorites, which is healthcare. Fine. So along the way, I've led companies, I've led strategic business units, I've led verticals, I've led lines of business or businesses. I've led corporate functions like global sales, global account management, global key account management, global strategic account management, and I've done lean operations across all my tenures. It has been a rigmarole that I love to do. I've handled customer service, I've done solutions, I've taken care of talent acquisition, transformation and management scenarios, covered the entire life cycles out there. And what I love most is people and performance management, which I've been doing along with operations and business development sales almost in all the companies that I worked for. And currently I'm obviously heading everything else. And then of course one of my favorites, which has been corporate strategy and business planning. And what really makes me comfortable is the fact that I was always blessed with scenarios wherein I got an opportunity to work with companies wherein your competencies were identified, wherein you were given ample opportunities to amplify your competencies, to keep on, trundling along on a constant journey of discovery and excellence along the way, which meant that you got exposed to a very discordant and a very diverse quorum of knowledge spectrums along the way, which helped you prime your competencies. So that's one of the reasons that even after starting as an operational guy, I ended up gaining a lot of competence and expertise in a multitude of disciplines, which has made me not a specialist or a generalist, but what we dub in the corporate circles as a multi-specialist. So there are areas where I've specialized, fine, and while doing all this, I've been consistently credited basically with successfully setting, running, growing, evolving, and transforming business streams, companies, verticals, functions, SBUs. I've been credited with scripting and executing basically unviable business propositions and transformations, and ensured turnout management for businesses which were non-productive, non-profitable. Now, that's an area which is a very tough nut to crack, and I personally always pat myself on the back for realizing those results. And then I've been credited with turning around, businesses which were about to be dumped by companies at that point of time. I've cracked open A-list business spectrums when it comes to generating consistent, reliable, and predictable revenue streams. So anybody out there in sales would understand the importance of generating consistent revenue streams, which are reliable as well as predictable. Because if they're not like this, then your company, your business is going to face almost daily challenges when it comes to dealing with OPEX and CAPEX connotations. Fine. And then I have also been credited with synergizing technological breakthroughs and innovations with capability spectrum enhancement scenarios to basically make professionals and lines of business and SBUs and products and professionals future ready, not future proof, because nowadays you hear a lot of stuff about basically future proofing scenarios, products, professionals, companies, which I believe is a big fleece, because unless and until you have a crystal ball in front of you which helps you see the future and predict the future connotations of how things are going to be changing and transforming, it's an impossible proposition for any business or individual to say that, okay, fine, here I am, I can future-proof your business, your professionals, your services, your solutions, your products. And then I've also been credited with engendering a business and functional excellence. And along the way, as I said, I've been running stuff which is a collateral stream to my Mission 100 Million and Reach Out to Ruhail initiatives. And while I was doing all this, as I said earlier on, when it came to the learning part, fine, I developed a huge variety, a pretty impressive, if I'm not overbloating any enunciation out here, of competencies, of specialities, fine. And they obviously include, you might have guessed it by now, business leadership strategy and excellence, business functional and leadership development, and of course transformation. I've also been exposed to, and I have gained a certain level of expertise across business setup, growth and turnaround management, P&L management, EBITDA, top line, bottom line enhancements, global sales, business development, account management, lean operations. And when you talk lean operations, business process optimization, total quality management is something which rides piggyback on you along the way. And I've also been exposed to and gained considerable expertise in program and project management. And my expertise in operations has led me to develop new paradigms, path-breaking paradigms in service delivery excellence, strategic talent acquisition, and management enunciations. And then thought leadership has been a core complement of my corporate and personal persona, so to say. And incidentally, it might interest you to know that I'm a published author and a keynote speaker. I contribute to some of the biggest dailies and most of the business magazines and most of the industrial forums that I am associated with. I run a couple of groups on LinkedIn. You can check my profile on LinkedIn. But other than all this, which probably gives any professional a huge personal or professional boost, it's an ego trip basically that I have been running you through for the last minute or so. But just to make a very simple learning clear, I believe that my prime specialty has been my aptitude and my hunger for learning, to learn new things, to gain knowledge, to imbibe information, so that I feel on top of situations every time I have to contend with a challenge. Now, the challenge could be the development of a product, it could be the development of a solution, it could be handling a tough client, it could be making sure that we have the right kind of revenue generation paradigms and profitability matrices to make it big. It could mean any challenge, any capability assessment challenges or competitive assessment challenges, that could have the potential to derail your business or seriously dent your growth and profitability and excellence paradigms. I've always felt that the kind of knowledge I've gained due to my aptitude for learning has always, almost always, I must say, helped me ace any situation that has cropped up in my personal and professional life. And the idea is to understand things in their entirety. So I always go by the maxim of being a learner for life, and that's why I dubbed myself as work in progress. Fine, because I believe that there is so much to learn out there. I mean, it would only be a conceited person, with some grandiose notions about his intellect and his IQ, for that matter, to believe that he or she knows it all. I mean, every single day I come across quorums of knowledge, quantums of knowledge, which are mind-boggling. Fine. So the curiosity to learn more has always there for me. Has always been there for me, and it has fueled almost everything that I've done so far. So what I've understood is that other than everything else, you can talk about luck, you can talk about destiny, you can talk about effort, you can talk about your skill sets, but what aces all of these factors when it comes to ensuring your success in this world and your fulfillment and contentment in this world is knowledge. Nothing beats knowledge, nothing beats hard work, the sweat and toil scenarios. Fine. So wonderful, all this sounds great, right? So very honestly, talking back to you about your interest paradigm out here. So if it sounds interesting, all that I've talked about so far, and if you feel that I can help you reach the next big niche by basically helping you actualize your aspirations, then I'll earnestly request you to please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like it, share the video, comment in the comment section. Great. So here it is. I think we need to wrap this video up. I need to thank you for your time and your patience in running through this pretty longish video, but there's nothing I could actually do about it, because I wanted you to understand almost all the things that are attendant to this Mission 100 Million initiative that I'm going to be doling out to you, I'm going to be delivering to you, so that you actually transform your lives, personal, professional, and social. So all I can say right now is to take care of yourself, take care of your near and dear ones, follow all the safety protocols, and yes, what I want you to do really as of now is to basically prime your mind, your soul, and your body and get ready to do what? To embark on a wonderful journey of transformation, success, and fulfillment with me. I'll be looking forward to your participation. I'll be looking forward to your encouragement. I'll be looking forward to your feedback. I'll be looking forward to your suggestions and recommendations. And I'll be looking forward to your commitment to this initiative, because this is going to benefit all of us. And trust me, it's going to be a life changing exercise for you. And nothing's going to make me more happy than the fact, as I said earlier on, that I was instrumental in whatever limited and humble way in transforming a human life. Now that's something which gives me a big high, basically. That makes me feel on top of this world. So thank you once again. You take care, and bye for now. God bless.